Hello everybody, it's Miss Courtney. So glad you're here today. I hope you're all doing well. It's time for writing, so we're going to go ahead and look at our writing process. I know that the first thing that writers do is we have to be good thinkers. So we're going to be thinking today, and we're talking about, I know that Miss Brand's going to read some books about animals that hatch from eggs, and Miss Dalton's going to be talking about some insects that hatch from eggs. So we're going to be thinking about all those things that we know that hatch from eggs. So I'm going to add a few words to our word wall right now. So here's the word hatch, and you can kind of see that little bird coming out of his egg right now. So we're going to add hatch. We're going to have nest, because I know that all those animals have to find a safe place for them to lay their eggs. So this is a nest that they build or find a safe place to make a nest. And I'm going to add egg. So there's the egg. That's what they hatch from, the egg. So let's see. I'm going to take a minute and I want you to think if you know of some animals that come from an egg, that hatch out of an egg. So I'm going to pause for just a minute and I want you to say some animals that you know come from an egg. Ready? Go. All right, I hope you thought of some animals, but right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start adding some animals to our brainstorming. So I know that some animals that lay eggs are called reptiles. Can you say reptiles? Oh, that's such a big fancy word. We're going to see what kind of animals are reptiles. We know that some animals that hatch are not really animals, but they're insects. Some insects hatch from eggs, so we have insects. And we're going to say that I know some birds. Did you say any of those things? Some birds hatch from eggs. So I have some other pictures, and we're going to sort these out. So, and I also am going to talk about some ocean animals. I know that there's some ocean animals that hatch from eggs. So y'all can help me sort these. So we're going to see some reptiles, some insects, some birds, and ocean animals. So the first one is a butterfly. A butterfly hatches from an egg. And I know that with Miss Dalton's going to be talking about some butterflies today too. So, butterfly, that is an insect. So I'm going to put it over here with our insects. We have butterflies that hatch from eggs. Let's see. Oh, here's one. This is an octopus. An octopus hatches from an egg. I didn't really know that. So this is something that I'm learning today too. I love to be learners. So that is an ocean animal. We're going to put that octopus down here at the ocean animal. This is a toad. A toad. It's kind of like a frog, but it's kind of bigger than a frog, and it's not as cute as a frog to me. So it's a toad. It's a big toad, and that's going to be a reptile. He's considered a reptile. There's a toad. We have you may have said this one, a penguin. A penguin lays eggs, and the babies hatch from the eggs, and he's a type of bird. We're going to put the bird. We have, did anybody say a turtle? Here's a sea turtle, but all turtles hatch from eggs. There's a turtle. And now we have an eagle. This is an eagle like the Allen Eagles. He's a big eagle. He is, let's see, now we have some reptiles, some insects and birds. Where am I going to put this? You're right. We're going to put that in the bird section on our graph. All right, let's see. Ooh, I don't like this one. It is a snake. A snake hatches from an egg. Do we think it's a bird, an insect, or a reptile? Oh, it is a reptile. That's right, a snake. The snakes hatch from eggs. Here's this. It's red and black with black spots. It's a ladybug. A ladybug. Where should I put it? You're right. We're going to put that in our insects. He's a type of insect. How about this? Did you know a fish hatches from eggs? A fish. We're going to put him down here in the ocean animals. How about this one? That is a hen. That's a hen. A hen hatches from an egg. Where should we put it? You're right. We're going to put it with the birds. The birds. How about this one? You know what that is? It's an ant. An ant. Oh, I don't like ants. I hope that I don't have any ants in my yard or in our playground when we get back to school. Those are ants. An ant. Where should we put it? Let's put it in the insects. You're right. We're going to put that in the insects. How about this pretty animal right there? I like his little eyes. And he says, "Ooh, ooh." He's an owl. An owl hatches from an egg. Where should we put it? Yep, let's put it in the birds. He's a bird. Here is a crab. A crab. Look at that pretty sunset. He's a crab. He lives on the beach, by the ocean. So we're going to put him under the ocean animals. Put him down here. How about a lizard? A lizard. The lizards hatch from eggs. Where do you think we should put him? You're right. He's a type of reptile. A type of reptile that hatches from eggs. We have I don't know if you can really see that. He's got lots of big eyes. It's a spider. A spider. The spider hatches from eggs. We're going to put him by the insects. Put him by the insects. How about a alligator? An alligator. He hatches from eggs. He's a big, long alligator. He's going to go with, you think he's a reptile, an insect, or a bird? You're right. He's a reptile. I'm going to put that reptile right there. We have this is a pretty bird. Oh, I just gave you, it's a pretty bird. So he's called a peacock. He's a peacock, so he's a bird. A peacock. Maybe you've seen a peacock. Sometimes if I go to the zoo, they walk around the zoo, and we see pretty peacocks. So think about a time maybe that you've ever seen one of these animals. Here's another one. This is a jellyfish. The jellyfish. That is an ocean animal. Here we go, an ocean animal. And the last animal that we're going to talk about that hatches from an egg is a frog. See, he's much cuter than the toad, I think. He's smaller than the toad, so he's a frog. He's going to go with the reptiles. So we just brainstormed. Oh, I wonder if any of you said those. Did any of you say some of these things? Good thinking if you did. And if you didn't, you learned some of these things, and that's good thinking as well. So we did some brainstorming. We thought about some animals that came from eggs. So I looked at all these, and so now in our writing process, we thought, and now it's time for me to pick one and do a little drawing. So I'm gonna push pause and think for just a minute about what animal I want to draw about. You be doing the same thing. All right, so I did some thinking, and I thought, you know what? I've gone in my backyard recently, and I looked up in a tree, and I saw that a bird had made a nest in my tree. So I'm gonna draw about that today. So I'm gonna draw me. I always like to draw me. Let's draw me. I wanna draw me. So I'm gonna draw a circle for my head. I think today, I know that we can do different shapes for our body, but today I'm going to do an oval for my body. Touch, pull down, circle around, and stop. And then I need some legs. Touch, pull down, touch, pull down. I want to add some feet. I'm going to do sideways ovals there. Touch, circle around, and stop. Touch, circle around, and stop. What else do you think I should draw? I need a face, don't I? I have some eyes and a nose and a mouth. So eyes, a nose, and a mouth. And then I need I don't want to forget my arms. So I'm going to add my arms and some hands. You could put fingers if you wanted to put some fingers. Looks like claws. Just trying my best. So you could do fingers if you wanted. We also want to make sure I have some hair. I like my hair. And I might have some ears. And I said that I went outside and I saw a nest up in the tree. So today, I just know I'm doing a quick sketch because we just learned so much. So we're going to take, we're going to do our quick sketch of our, what we know comes from eggs. So I'm going to do some eggs. Here's my nest. I know that birds kind of use twigs and other things and grass to make their nest. So I'm going to add a little bit of twigs and grass and things like that. So there is my nest. I drew me. This is the nest that I saw in my backyard. I'm also going to add a little bird that's next to that nest. So I'm going to say, oh, he's going to have a head just like we have a head. I think that I'm can do an oval for his body. And he kind of has a tail. And he has some wings. And I know that he has legs just like me. He's got 2 legs. And he's got an eye. And maybe a beak. So I drew a bird to go with my nest. And tomorrow I know that I can add some details and label tomorrow. So one should be thinking, what animal did you want to draw about? We had lots of them. I guess I can put this back up. We had lots of animals for you to choose from. So think about what animal you want to draw about. Here's some of those ocean animals. You might like the octopus. Somebody might like the snake. I wouldn't like the snake. Oh, maybe the turtle. I don't know. You could add all sorts of, you could think about it. Think about the shapes that you see in those animals, because we all know that we can try our best and do some circles and some ovals and lines that pull downs and things like that. So just try your best. Have fun drawing today, and I will see you tomorrow.